You already know Parker Vision in full effect. We at the church, Boston, Massachusetts. Out here with Slaine from the Coka Nostra. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right, man. Getting ready to do the show tonight. Chilling.
Yo, obviously you have a great relationship with Ben Affleck in these movies. Let's get into the movies first. Obviously, new movie coming out. It's called The Town, September 17th. You're starring in this. It's a larger role than last time?
Yeah, it's a much larger role. You know, I play one of the bank robbers which was cool because I got to act alongside Ben and Jeremy Renner, who was just up for an Oscar this year, which is crazy. Wow. And then this other cat from Charlestown. It's the first time he's been in a movie. Ben got a knack for kind of picking people right off the street, making
local guys, yeah.
Hey, it makes the shit more authentic like that. So that's how I got my break with Gone Baby Gone. And then with this one, you know, like I think he, you know, obviously he liked how I did in Gone Baby Gone, so he put me in this one, and I'm gonna be doing a lot more of that stuff too in the future. So
yeah, you excited about the acting?
Yeah, man, I like doing it. You know, with hip hop, I'm a storyteller. I don't think like you've ever heard me make like battle records, really. You know,
never, no.
So you know, it's the same type of thing. It's just a different art form, really, but it's the same shit. So you know, telling stories about different things, and the acting thing is kind of like, I don't know. I like it. It's cool.
Yeah. It's fun, like a different way of expression. You know, different than just getting up and rapping. It's like connecting with the other actors and stuff. Like, what's the biggest, like, most fulfilling part of being an actor compared to being an MC?
I mean, when you're an MC, like you got the crowd and like it's a live performance. There's nothing quite like that. You know what I mean? Because acting, it's like, all right, quiet on the set, and then you got to do whatever kind of scene it is, and you do it over and over and over and over again. But I mean, like, the acting is cool because it's totally different, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something like, I've been known to get fucked up and perform and do all that stuff. Like, I wouldn't do that acting because it's like, it's a totally different thing. It's like you gotta almost have like the same energy on stage for some scenes and different intensity in different ways. Like, but you can't. It's not like by being loud or by being amped you're gonna get that intensity. Right. It's like almost like inside and through your eyes, and just like kind of you kind of got to draw on like different shit from your past, and then apply it to the scene, and then kind of block out everything that's going on around you, and block out that there's cameras there, and just so it's cool. It's a different thing. I like it though, so it's cool.
For those of you that don't know, I've known this kid for like 10 years. I remember when he was doing, what were you doing, roofing? Up on the roofs, we used to have phone conversations back in the day.
Yeah, roofing. I was just labor, and I was not like a skilled roofer or anything like that. I was just
grinding.
I was like lugging the shit up the ladder and fucking mixing cement and all that good stuff, man. That's
Yeah, humble beginnings, man. Very humble beginnings. You ever see yourself at this point?
Yeah, I did. But I had the vision to see where I was at, where I would be right now. But at the same time, it's like surreal that I'm here, that I'm getting where I am now. And and now that I'm at where I'm at, like I have I have bigger goals that I wanna reach. Yeah. But yeah, man. I mean, like from 7 years ago or whatever till now, it's. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. It's really crazy.
It's ridiculous because we used to have these phone conversations like, Pac, I'm going to do this. We're going to do this. Blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, yeah, we could do it. Slaine, we got it. Yeah, I was all hype and everything, throwing parties, hosting parties, doing mixtapes. And now to be at this point of our careers, it's epic, fam. Like, for a kid growing up listening to House of Pain and now being in a group with House of Pain, like, talk to me about that experience, man.
That was crazy, man. Like... Obviously, they're one of my biggest influences growing up. They were the first, like, really street I mean, the Beastie Boys were dope. They had credibility in hip-hop, obviously. They're a legendary group. But, and I love the Beastie Boys. But House of Pain, to me, was, like, talking about my shit. Like, Beastie Boys were, like, the New York Jewish shit, kind of comedic. Right. House of Pain was, like... put on your shit, kick some shit, and like, drinking and Irish shit, and that was like, I really connected with that, and that was kind of like what led me to believe like, I can do this, because back then really wasn't too many white people rhyming like that, and especially where I grew up, like
Irish kids from South Boston, Rosendale.
Yeah, nobody was staring, nobody was ciphering back then.
No, not at all.
I mean, I know kids are now, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of that is because of dudes like me and, even like the whole, I mean, not just me. People, hip-hop in general has just gotten much
Huge, mainstream.
Yeah, it's more mainstream. It's like acceptable. It's not, but back when I was doing it, it was like, what are you, a fucking wigger?
I used to
You
get
know, like
harassed, bro. Like on the bus, they killed me on the bus, dog. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, I didn't even rhyme, man. I had all my shit at home. Like I was doing it at home, but like when I went out, I wasn't like, yo, you want to hear this rhyme? Because dudes would be like, what?
you're fucking rapping.
Out of here, you know. But then when I moved to New York, that's when shit started jumping off like that.
Toured the world with the Coka Nostra a couple times around. You've been all over the country, all over the world, touring with Ill Bill, doing your solo thing. This La Coka project obviously was very, very successful. Like, you know what I mean? Like this super group. Like I compare it, I'd say it's like a white NWA type of a deal. You know what I mean? What's next for La Coka? Do you see like more albums, more stuff?
Yeah, I think La Coka is like, those dudes are all my brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like, aside from making music together, we're all really tight friends, and dudes got families, and we're just tight. So, but I think it's like a Wu-Tang scenario. Like, we're on different coasts. It took us a while to make that record because we only make joints when we're in the studio together. So, I think like there will be another La Coka record, but Bill got the Muggs record coming out now. I think Everlast is working on his solo stuff. My record comes out in October. Bill's comes out at the end of this month, August 31st. And I think we're gonna put out our projects like that, and then come back together and do a La Coka record. But it's not like you're gonna get a La Coka record every year. You know what I'm saying? Like
Every couple years, maybe. Yeah.
yeah, and it'll be dope. You know what I'm saying? And everything we put out in between is all Coka anyways because it's fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still consider a Raekwon record a Wu-Tang record.
It is because they're all on it.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, and, Everlast and Bill are on my record. Danny Boy's in town tonight. He's directing my video, you know what I'm saying? He's kind of overseeing the visual side of my whole presentation between my album artwork and my merchandising and all stuff like that. So, and that's what he does. You know what I'm saying?
He created the logos for House of Pain. He also created the Coka logos. He's working on your logos?
Yeah, he's doing my stuff. And, I mean, Danny's done a ton of stuff, like, right down on, he's worked with, every major brand you can think of. The dude is basically a genius. This is actually, he got a new line, Hellfire Canyon Club. This is like one of the original first shirts. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just coming out. I think this is like a Belushi joint.
Yeah.
But, Danny Boy gets his fucking motorcycle shit on. You know what I'm saying? So, but the shirts are fly. So,
Yo, talk to me about this solo project. Obviously, it's a long time in the making. Like, I remember hearing records like, 99 Bottles and things that I've been hearing for 4 or 5 years that haven't really been released yet. And this is all coming out next couple of months in October. Describe what's going on with this solo project. What's the name of it? Like, what can people expect?
yeah, like fucking, I put out my mixtapes. It's crazy because I kind of started off just as a solo artist. And, Special Teams, we did a mixtape and an album. We'll probably do another album with Special Teams next year too. And La Coka, obviously, we did a mixtape and an album with La Coka. And so I kind of, I'm down for the cause with all the groups I'm in.
Right.
But now it's time to do my solo thing, But I've been obviously making solo records like the whole time through. Now, 99 Bottles I made like 4 years ago or something.
Probably like 6 years ago, bro. Probably about 6 years ago.
Was it 6 years ago?
Because I remember having it. I remember going to some superstar DJ's house. I'm not gonna name names. Dude wanted to play it. He's like, nah, I don't think that's a good. No, we're gonna hold it. I'm like, what the fuck? We could go right now, son. Like,
yeah, man. Well, I mean, look, like to me, it was, I knew where I was at then. You know what I'm saying? You got to be realistic about everything. Like, you can't just, to me, the way I think, like, I can't just drop something and be like, yo, this is going to jump off. And then it's like, I wasted a record that, I don't do a lot of shit that is like, really accessible mainstream-wise. You know what I mean? And I don't care to. You know what I'm saying? 99 Bottles, to me, is a grimy joint that, it's me, it's dark, it's grimy, but it's also mainstream and commercial enough to like, I
think your content keeps you underground, but your talent is definitely mainstream. Your content is very dark.
Well, because that's my personality is dark, man. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I can't I don't know how to make music that isn't me. You know what I'm saying? Like. I've tried ghostwriting for people and stuff. I can't. Like, I'll ghostwrite a record for somebody and it will sound like that.
Slaine record, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, to me, it's like, I held that record because I toured around the world and I performed that and I saw the reaction that it had and I was like, I'm going to drop this record when I really have a lot going on. So now with the movie shit and, you know, the Coka really doing well and, you know, having a fan base nationally and internationally, now it gives me a chance, and I wouldn't have it any other way now. Now Danny Boy's directing the shit.
It's perfect.
You know, I mean, it's just, you know, I was waiting for the right time for the stars to line up to do that, and, you know, now I'm going to drop that. I'm going to do other videos from my record, but the record's called The World With No Skies. It's, I mean, you know, basically it's like just between trauma and tragedy and different things that I've gone through in my life and just stupid things I've done to myself, on top of amazing things that have happened in my life and my career, and just like going out, seeing all the world, you know, off of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes my life feels like a dream, sometimes it feels like a nightmare, and then sometimes I wonder like if I'm making all this shit up in my head and it's not even real at all. Like,
Surreal like that?
yeah, man. So it's like, so that's what this record is. It's like, you know, it's like a nightmare, it's a dream. It's like I imagine what would happen, like, you know, when your life flashes before your eyes when you die. Like, this is what I would see. You know what I'm saying? So, and it tells a story from beginning to end. You know, like a lot of artists show growth from album to album. So I took so long to make this record. I like, you can hear the growth from the beginning of the album to the end. Not that I made it in that specific order, but like
some of these records are like 6 years old.
I serve your ass until back and roll.